Okay, we're going to do some fishing on the canal today. A little bit of topwater and a little bit of swim bait.
Topwater.
A little bit of topwater and a little bit of swim bait. We're going to use the whopper plopper areas. See how we fare with that. You see here the new lock they built along the canal here behind us. Pretty nice, pretty impressive woodwork there. I didn't fish down here at all last year. They were building this and it drained a lot of the water out of it. So let's see what we have some better luck today with more water in the canal. It's been raining plenty. You can see the water flowing really well. So the river too is all full. Should be a good day. All right, let's go. You can see that I'm fishing pretty close to the opposite side of the bank. That's because a lot of times fish hang underneath those overhanging bushes and trees, and it's tricky. You have to cast accurately, but it can be very beneficial if you fish right underneath the opposite bank. Oh, little pike just falling right there. Yeah, you have got to love when they bite the tail right off the end of the bait and not get any hook. Classic. Smart fish. Here we go, nice bass. Right up in the shallow water. Come on, this one. Out of the weed.
Nice bass.
Got him. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's pretty decent for this canal. There he is. That's a pretty good one, right? Got him on the little swim bait that he's now destroyed. Right, you ready? We're gonna let him go?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Fishing the canal here. You can see behind me what's left of an old railway bridge. There's another pillar, I think further down that way. It's in the trees there, you can't see it, but I believe it was Poughkeepsie to Boston to here, and then it was sold to the coal railroads, and then I think it was in 1909 or 1910 they took it down, so it's no longer there. But on the other side of the trees there behind the concrete, there's a Canadian Pacific Railway track that comes all the way from Canada all the way down south. Brought my camera lady today. precision cast there. And the trick with the whopper plopper is to keep the line out of the water. So you've got to keep your line high, because if your line is dragging in the water, the tail won't work properly. It's got to sit nose up, and then you can see the little propeller action on it then when I bring it in. Bring it crossways through this one. It's going to go through the weeds. Got it? Whopper plopper bait works really well. It has everything you need to attract the fish for a topwater bite. The propeller, it's got a bubble trail, it's got the wake, it's got the propeller noise, vibration, it's got everything you want. It's got that little prop action like a buzz bait. Of course, if you stop it, it floats. So you see the way it's nose up there? You need the nose up in the water, so you can't have the line dragging in the water. He was waiting right underneath where those turtles were, right by that. Just barely got him. Oh yeah! See him? Perfect condition. And look what I got him on. Whopper plopper monkey butt. Alright, let's unhook him quick. First I'll unhook me. Alright, it's out. Get me on the fish. Alright, he's in perfect conditions, absolutely perfect. Alright, back he goes. Nice. Took him right off the top water. Alright, we just took that bass on the monkey butt whopper plopper. Like I said last week in another video, right where my fingertip is there, the isolated structure, he was sitting right next to that log where there was a couple of little turtles sitting out on it, and he was just sitting underneath the surface of the water, and he came out and grabbed it. You see here's another piece of structure here with the turtle sitting on it. Right there. The bass was hanging right around that. We got him. Come on, baby. Here he comes. He's tired now. Yeah. That is a nice fish. Solid hook up there. See, he's been hooked before. Buckle that mouse up. Wasn't getting away from that. Took him right over there by the log. Alright, let's unhook him and let him go. Alright, let's put him back without falling in. And away he goes. Plenty of fight left. It was a nice fish. Traveling light tonight. Had a rough day yesterday in the water. Took my boat out. I was trolling using bottom bouncers. I'm going to put a video out on that. Even though I didn't catch anything, I was still talking about the technique. But I had a long day on the lake yesterday and it was horrible. High boat traffic. Just horrible. No fish. Caught 2 little small fish. But today, that bass now just made up for it. That was good. Took him on the old. I'm traveling light tonight. I'm covering as much area as I can on the canal here. Like I said, I fished the lake all day yesterday, and I didn't even see one decent fish. It can be very tough fishing in late summer. It's pretty hard, especially around here. Some of the lakes get freaking hammered. But not too many people fishing the canals or fishing the rivers, but we've had flood river conditions pretty much all season long. The river's been high, but fishing the canal here, pretty wide, pretty weedy, as you can see. Lots of surface weed and stuff. Water's pretty decent because like I said, we've had lots of rain. Took that fish on the old Lilly Ninja. Been using that this year. I've been testing out some new. I was throwing a whopper plopper, but where I caught that fish, I wouldn't have been able to use a whopper plopper because of the weed, the surface weed. The whopper plopper needs clear water for it to work because the treble hooks catch up in, catch up in weed or leaves, and then it won't work properly. That's one disadvantage to it. It does work really well when you have open water. Now you can throw it along the edge of weed, but not into weed like you can this, or you can a Coper's frog or a Coper's mouse. The Savage Gear, the 3D Rad, another bait I've been using this year too. That you can use around weed, but not in weed. If lily pads and stuff, it'll push out of the way. But when it's like clumped grass or matted hydrilla, it tangles up in that. So you've got to use it in open water. I'm also still testing. I mentioned in the video I was shooting yesterday. The fluorocarbon trace, been trying that, so we'll see how that works. No pike tonight yet. I seen one, had one chase my lure, but I chased a whopper plopper. But I'm going to a different section of the canal now. Like I said, I only got one rod with me. I got a bag of lures, and we're gonna hit as many spots as I can in one night. I'm gonna hopefully cover about 3 or 4 miles of canal as quick as I can. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, maybe I should get some pointers off of this guy. Looks like a professional. It's no wonder I wasn't catching any fish. He's spearing them all. He's looking at me. I don't want to scare him off. See if I get closer. Okay, there's a closer look at him. It's a big old blue heron. Man, he is the enemy of anything that will fit in his mouth. He'll eat bugs, he'll eat frogs, he'll eat mice, he'll eat rats, he'll eat fish. Oh, look at that. The spear fisherman. They are large birds. Alright, let's let them be and move on our way. See if we can catch a fish. Oh, perhaps I should have brought my shotgun instead. Lots of mallards here. There's a whole big flock of them. A lot of times they roost on the river right next to me here. The geese too, you're gonna get a lot of Canada geese. Looks like all hands too. It's an armada. Oh, here's the heron. Well, I hope you can see that. There it is. Last fish of the night, and I got it on the jackel pompadour, just on the back treble. He took it right at the bank right there. Little fish, but nonetheless good for a last fish. Hard 2 days of fishing this time at that pompadour, man. It's a crazy lure. It looks kind of like a frog, but it's super noisy. Get them all in the frame there. All right, let's unhook him and let him go. Get him back where he belongs. Nice. All right, here we go. There he goes. None the worse for wear. Pretty dark now. That was awesome. Okay, there's a shot of that pompadour. If I can get the hook out of my hand. There it is. Has the little wings on the side of it, and it swims, clack, 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 and it's got a little propeller on the back of it. Very noisy, very loud. And you know what? I fished out this whole stretch of canal. I used a whopper plopper, I used the rat, I used the mouse, I used the popper. And now you can see that it's dark, dark. Scored on the old the frog pompadour. This is a bait made by Jackel, but it even has a rattle in it. Crazy thing. And man, that bass hit it right at the bank. He just couldn't stand it. Let's try it some more, see if we get another one. If not, that was a good final fish. Yeah, topwater. Pretty soon my topwater season will be coming to an end, so I tried to fish as hard as I can with the topwater, see if we get as many fish as we can on it. But it's fun, definitely worth trying. And on that note, I think it's time to go home. It's too dark now, I can't see the lure. Although fishing at night sometimes works really well. Sometimes the big boys just come out at night.